This year, blessing, money, testimony. Gotta follow you there go. This year, good news, jaye, plenty balling. Gotta follow you there go. Happy New Year! Guys, I hope you know that the beginning of a new year does not mean the start of a new thing, right? Because again, literally, I was thinking about let me not lie, so that I'm a child of God, and I've promised myself that God, this year I'm going to be serious with my God and my Lord. Okay, so anything that is not in line with me being serious with my Lord and my God, I'm not doing it. Okay, so I've been thinking about this, like, actually, yeah, for some of us, some part of our lives, like season of our lives, started before the new calendar year. So we're just continuing what we started. So it's not like totally like everything fresh, everything new, new me. It's not new me because I recently just upgraded and I'm still in that version. My next upgrade will be sometime in this year, but it's not like in this January right now. Okay, so happy New Year! But just like to remind you, that doesn't mean that everything is new. We're continuing from where we stopped, but we're giving another opportunity to start afresh in some areas. But for some of us, our journeys are just so in line that we just finished project, we just finished one phase of our lives. For some people, they just left singleness or singlehood and ported into being married. So for them, the new year is fresh, everything's stew. Anyways, welcome to 2024. It's been fantastic so far. I've not had enough rest. I will not lie, because I was just bawling all night, like, watching the fireworks at Burj Khalifa, having fun, then entering prayer mode, and then a little bit of sleep. Then I had to wake up early, do devotion. Anyway, let me not give you all the gist before fellow uh, my fellow debaters, accurate timekeepers, before they come on board. Of course, I'm not alone here today. Today, we have a guest that is joining us. So let me tell you about the guest before I bring him on. But before I bring him on, I'm going to bring my co-host on, okay? So let me bring up my co-host and then we'll bring up my guest. Hello! Do you know that just a few minutes before this, I'm like, yeah, babe, must can I just be vaccinated? I'm not feeling myself, but look at me now. If somebody who think that I've been hyped up and expected to be here right now. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! People live up to their names. You're energetic EJ. So what did you expect? When you said you're going to be backstage, I'm like, babe, where's that coming from? I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. And look at you. In fact, quality, quality to you.
Honestly, I told my friend, I said, man, this is what I get for getting this name, energetic EJ. Like, I cannot just be on the low in peace. It's not possible. Like, I'm quiet and people are like, EJ, what's wrong with you? Where is the energy? And I'm like, the energy is there. I'm just like, I just don't feel like but it is what it is. It's the name and it's working, and I'm grateful for it. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2024. And I'm really, really glad that we got to do 2023 together. And we're continuing from where we stopped in 2023 to step into 2024 without necessarily having any air around it. I mean, it's the first of the year, it's the first day of the week, even though it's a public holiday. But again, life moves on. Like tomorrow, literally, students are back in school tomorrow. Work resumes tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, over here, like school resumes tomorrow. Like,
Really?
no, no
We still have, I think we have okay, today is public holiday, but school, I don't think
yeah,
schools will resume
probably
tomorrow
for
here.
Nigeria,
Yeah.
school will probably resume on Monday, which is like 7th,
Yes.
right? But here it's
Yes.
like
Yes.
immediately, no time, life goes on, right? So again, Life is not going to wait for anyone. So, welcome to 2024, and we're continuing on Your Voice, Your Impact. And today we're talking about leveraging the power of networking. This that is going on here, I mean, your voice, your impact, your voice, your impact. So, your voice, your impact is a concept that I came up with like sometime last year or 2 years ago. But this show itself, it's based on relationship. It's based on this network. So I and Grace, we belong in a mastermind, a coaching mastermind, right? And this was us building our network, growing together, pushing each other, ensuring that we commit to our commitment. And this is like a, what would I call it? Like it's like a system that we've put in place to keep us on our toes, and it's been working so far. So this is just one bit of me leveraging my network to get to do something that I want to do that maybe ordinarily, because again, probably if it was just me, I would have just followed like, please, I am not the one that I not kill anybody. Attire. I don't kill somebody. Just please, let's just go on a break. Nobody's going to die, right? But because I've committed to this and I have this amazing sister of mine always there to say, no, we're doing this. Look at me coming alive. I can't even believe like 5 minutes ago, I just felt like I won't be able to pull this off today. Okay. That is to tell you the power of networking when you leverage it correctly and when you make the right connections. So being a part or joining us today to have that conversation is a guest. He is a licensed and certified physiotherapist. He's a cognitive behavioral technique life coach. See all the hats this person is wearing. He's a soft skill mentor. He's a corporate trainer, a public speaker, as well as a notable mental health advocate. Only you one. How many heads have you got? How many hearts do you wear together? That's amazing. He demonstrates sound clinical competence in his undergraduate days by receiving the Dean's Award for the best clinical student upon graduation. He is a trained and licensed first aid and basic life support practitioner by the National Healthcare Provider Solutions and Postgraduate Institution of Medicine. He has been hosted as a speaker or trainer by reputable platforms and big brands like the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Teen Smarter USAID Project, West African Democracy Radio, Health Accelerator Africa, The Boss FM, She Can Nigeria, HICEP, Global Education Ambassador Program, Nigeria Medical Students Association, NIMSA, and Friends to Lean On Global Foundation, F2LO, which is founded and led by my beautiful sister here, Grace. So amazing. As a mental health advocate, this guest of ours today, um, this guest of ours today, sorry, I just got distracted by a call that was coming in. As a mental health advocate, he strongly believes that there is no health without mental health. And he keeps raising his voice for advocacy in this field. All right. So today we have this gentleman from Nigeria joining the conversation today, Mr. Chijoke. I'll say coach because so we call ourselves coaches. Let's just rub it in. Coach Chijoke Otipa. Hello. Coach.
Hello. Yes. Thank you very much for that very energetic introduction. At the point I was wondering, wow, this guy that talking about he must be really good.
Your head was swelling.
Yeah, he did well. Yes,
Awesome. It's
thank
good
you
to
very
have
much.
you here.
And I was dancing. I
Thank
don't know if you noticed. I was dancing when you opening the floor with that song with very very melodious voice. Thank you very much.
Oh my God. I can do it again. Let's lift up holy hands and just say, blessing, good news, morning, testimony, good of full of
People are watching my hot moves.
You are welcome. Thank you for
Thank you
joining
very
us
much.
on
Thank you very much.
your impact. So, guys, if you're here, you can say hi in the comment section. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. We don't bite. We are very friendly here, okay? I would like to also see what you're saying in the comment section to say hi. Good, good, good. I see you, Precious. Precious E. Gray. Yeah, says greetings. Greetings to you. Coach CJ. Your people are like, yes, that's our coach. Oh my God, Coach CJ in the
Thank you,
building.
Precious.
So we have Coach CJ and Coach EJ in the building. Grace, where your whole Congo doing now? Okay, CG. CJ, EJ, CJ, EJ, CG.
Yes,
I don't
so
do CG. I don't do CG. Just leave me and my coach. Grace, so amazing.
beautiful.
Grace, so
Be there,
amazing.
right? Yeah, it's like, let it take you 1 hour. I don't know. This
CG,
echo is bad.
it's
What
the
echo
echo. I
is
don't know.
bad?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's echoing. I have no clue what's going on. So, guys, bear with us. We can hear some echo, but please confirm. Can you hear any echoes? For those of you watching right now, can you hear any echoes? Let us know so that we can
It's
see if we can
normal.
fix that. But yes, I see you guys. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Obams. Hey, Ella Obams. How are you? Good to see you. It's been a while. How are you? Thank you for joining. Um, CJ, they say your move isn't moving. No, why? Meshach, thank you for joining us.
They're,
Meshach,
they're, they're, they're not serious with what they're saying. These dangerous moves.
they say you move. I love it. Meshach, welcome, welcome. Happy New Year to you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Thank you. I thank you. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by. Awesome. Okay, it's better now. Okay, I don't know what causes the feedback, but let us know. Give us the feedback when it starts to echo, so we just maybe mute where we're not speaking to just ensure that you are enjoying the conversation. Thank you, Meshach, for joining us from LinkedIn. Thank you, Ella, for joining us on YouTube. Precious also is joining us on YouTube. Yes, Ella, good to see you. Good to see you. I think I see you here and there on LinkedIn and on Facebook, but it's good to have you join the feed today. All right, so guys, get into the conversation. Please be a part of the conversation by using the comment section. Now we're talking about leveraging the power of networking. If I'm going to open the floor, I will ask this question. Grace, CJ, you take it away. What is one thing, or what is one of the biggest or best benefits that you've enjoyed from your network?
Okay.
All
So
right.
I should go.
Before I even go ahead, I would allow CJ answer that question. But I
Then we'll
know some
come. Yeah.
people will be watching this later. So I mean, I don't know, I enjoy introducing myself. And you see this here, that is the number one thing I'm going to leverage on. All right. So if you're going to be watching this later, and if you're here right now, hi, happy New Year. My name is Grace So Amazing. I am a life and personal development coach. I'm also a cognitive behavioral therapist and so many things that I wouldn't bother you right now. But what I do, what I do basically is I help people build systems like habits so that they can achieve their goals whilst having fun doing it. I'm also the founder of Friendly Non Global Foundation, a mental health NGO where we educate people about mental and emotional wellness. And I'm happy to be here. So I'm going to allow CJ to introduce himself briefly and then answer the question that the energetic EJ asked.
Okay, so um, I'll try and make it as short as possible. I'm Chijoke Otiba, and I'm a physiotherapist, a life coach, and many other things that she has already mentioned while reading out my bio. I do so many things, and I do them excellently well. Just like my senior friend, Grace, so amazing. So it's always a pleasure for me when people ask me, "What do you do?" Because I'm going to say a lot. I'm going to say a lot. I'm like, sometimes when people ask me what I do, I tell them, "Get ready for it. Just take a deep breath get ready for it because I'm going to say a whole lot. And I'm proud of all the things that I do, because it's not just that I do them excellently well. So I teach, I train, I coach, I mentor, I write, I speak, I act, I do so many other things around that. You can call me an expression mentor. I love to express myself and I love to connect with people. You can also call me a human connection strategist because I find it very easy to connect with people. I find it easy to start conversations with people, just like I started with Grace So Amazing, and that brought me here. I've had three different. I'm already answering the question now. I've had three different invitations from her. One was in fact, the partnership I did with what's it called again? Um, the radio, the West Africa
West
Democracy
African
Radio.
Radio.
Exactly. The West Africa Democracy Radio, that partnership came through Grace. She invited me one of the times to come to deliver a mini talk in her foundation. I think that was the second time I was coming to attend her event. And, now I'm here. Now, all these things started from a conversation we had in a table, in a dinner. Most people will go for events like that and they just sit down and press their phones. But then I went there and, we had a very strange conversation, a very strange and funny conversation. But, that conversation brought the relationship, and it has already brought me three different engagements. And this is the way it works. This is the way it works for me. I've gotten a lot of benefits, including this one. And you never can tomorrow's invitation may be like $1 billion, that kind of thing that will be involved. And then we take it off from there. So that's the benefits. I've always been on that good end of networking. I've benefited a lot from referrals, from recommendations, from things that referrals that came through people that it didn't take me. Some people will think it has to take like 3 years for you to nurture a relationship before it starts profiting you. I've actually gotten very huge endorsements and referrals from people I just met a few minutes ago, a few hours ago, a few days ago. So that's one, because he asked me to say one. Thank you very much.
Nice.
I
You're
love that.
muted.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. So I wanted us to use that question to just kind of, say, okay, this is the direction we're going. This is to tell you that first of all, there is benefit in. I mean, you already know that anyways, but again, it's like sometimes people are kind of limited in the way that they look at networking. They only look at it from the point view, if it's not probably opening me up to a job or bringing money in. See, there is a lot of other benefit outside of money and all of that. And just like you said, I love the examples you gave. Just by one intentional conversation, it has opened you up to be on different platforms. It provided you with platforms that you could actually, go speak on. So I'll take it back to you, Grace, to take it away from there. Yeah, the floor is yours, Gracie.
Yeah, thank you so much. And again, see, when Chijoke was talking, when he was speaking, I was like, yes, everything he's saying, like I was just like, that's true. Sometimes, what's the word I'm looking for? Okay, let me leave that for later. We'll talk about that later. The power of networking, right? So I have this personality that I'm even, I don't know, we had that conversation about being an extrovert or an introvert. I'm like, well, me, I'm both. I work with the one that would work for me per time, right? So I don't want to be boxed. And why am I saying that? Before I moved from Lagos to Abuja, where I was working in multinational and I resigned and I just moved. And I said that, look, one thing you're going to do to be able to connect with the new environment you're going to. Not really new, but I mean, it was new for me again after I'd left Abuja for a very long time. So coming back, I told myself one thing, that I'm going to do things in this town, but I'm going to use one tool to do it, and that's networking. Remember, in our mastermind, EJ, I said something. I said, I'm going to use 1 year to network. I was very intentional. I said it. I said I was going to use 1 year to network. And believe you me when I say that the money I made last year, hey, it's last year already. The money I made last year, let's say 75% of the money I made last year came from my network, my from networking with people. Yes, I made money and they didn't bring the money. We became friends, we got connected, and they referred me. They referred my services. They was great, I know someone. Meet this person. I'll sit down and I'll hear good afternoon, blah blah blah. Give me your number. I would like to, and I'm like, all this networking things, right? It makes sense. Yeah. So last year I made money, real life money like this through my audio money day now. So let me be very clear. I made real money like this. The money I made was largely from referral, and it was based on my intentional networking skills that I had to improve. So yeah, you can never overemphasize when it comes to networking. You can never.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. It's even interesting for you to say you make real money, like not audio money, oh, correct one, like fiat. And did you make any cryptocurrencies? You're not yet, you're not there yet. We are coming, we are coming. This year we'll see how we'll plug into that.
I'm not yet there. Maybe you'd make me understand that cryptocurrency because me, I don't understand it.
I have an idea, but I'm not in there as well. But again, it's interesting. It's an interesting one. Anyways, okay, so fine. I love what you shared about all of this. But again, let's take it back to the basics. I mean, it's not a new the whole conversation around networking is not a new thing. But again, it's that when people go out or when they hear the word networking, it's more like it's about how many people I meet at an event
Hmm.
or how many people I talk to at an event. Is that really what networking or effective networking is about? Is it about the numbers of people you meet at an event? Or what is it about? Let us talk about that here.
Okay. So
Go for it.
the Grace family is in. Do you want to go first? Okay. So fortunately, this question you asked, I wrote a book. I think that was 2020, transitioning to 2021 on networking, and I think the second chapter of that book addressed these issues, or the first chapter, what networking is not. And funnily, one of the things that I addressed there, I like one of the numbers I mentioned there is networking is not about the number of people you meet or the number of people you have as followers or the number of contacts you have. You can have all these things and they will be absolutely useless to you. And not just useless to you as a person, it can be useless to the other party. So at the end of the day, the purpose of networking is conquered. Because it's a two-way street. You're meant to be offering value to the other direction, and it's meant to also be coming to you one way or the other. Now, it's not about how many you have or how many contacts you have or something like that. Because if it's about contacts, there are so many people who did WhatsApp contact gains. Some of them are probably here staring at me. They did contact gain, add up, let's add up ourselves. Some of them bought followers on Twitter, but they are still broke. You have a lot of eyes on what you are doing. You have a lot of people, they exchange contacts. Save my contact, let me be viewing your status, and they save. But there's nothing coming out of it. No valuable information is coming out of it, and all that. So I think the whole thing stems around journeying back to the definition of networking and what it's about to be. What it's meant to be. Now, when I started thinking about networking, I came up with a definition. Networking is the sum total of all the processes involved in connecting with people, transacting value with people, and building potential potential and immediate mutually beneficial relationships. So it's something that you have to initiate. It's something that has to be built. There's a people factor. This is not, it's not, if you're trying to make it about numbers, the object of the connection has become the numbers. The number of people that I'm going to connect with, my goals in networking, the number. But when you now start realizing that this is about people, this is about human beings. Human beings have emotions. They have personal needs. They have things that drive them. They have passion. They have a sense of purpose or something like that. So there's way more beyond the digits, the numbers. Okay, now building, like I said, it has to be built, it has to be nurtured. Although it may not be logical to say you have to build it's every network you have to follow up, it's everybody you meet randomly that you have to follow up. No, it's not logical, it's not even possible. But to a huge extent, there must be people around you that you are intentionally investing in and committing to. That's where the building now comes in. And sometimes see this thing that they talk about, they mention building, you have to invest, you have to follow up and all that. I didn't follow Grace up, she didn't follow me up. I mean, there was just a spark that happened at the initial point, the point where we initiated the relationship, and something just made us know that, okay, we may not be calling ourselves, we may not be disturbing ourselves, but I know I'll need something you have in future. She said it that day, and I said it too. It was so obvious. So one way or the other, we exchanged contacts, we kept in touch. Okay, something top of mind, something will pop up. I'll see her event, I'll see her post, I'll pop up my own. She'll also see it. So that way we kept on, revolving around ourselves, seeing what we do. And before you know what was happening, you got to know what was happening. We started converging at a point. That's the whole essence of networking, building relationships. Now, the relationship can be immediately beneficial. You can engage with somebody right now, and the next thing you leave there, and somebody has already referred, oh, my brother said you talked with him in a bus. Strange things happen. He said you talked with him in a bus. He wants to hire a life coach for me. And I'm like, okay, before you know what's happening, the deal has been closed. It came from somebody that you just met a few moments ago. Now, sometimes too, it can be long term. It can be really, really long term. It can be 2, 5, 10 years. So that's the whole essence of networking. This is the real definition and embodiment of what networking is meant to be, and not about the numbers at all. If you focus on the real essence, trust me, the numbers will come.
I love it. I love it. Because when you said the definition at first, okay, the echo has come back, but I hope it will go again. I think it's a network thing. So when you said um when you gave the initial definition, you talked about it being, that it is sum total of everything that happens for you to be able to, intentionally grow, connect with people, and to, have immediate benefit. I'm like, immediate? And then when you started to expatiate on it, you talked about building. I'm like, no building is immediate. To your law, it's not possible. That then you talk about invest. No, yeah, yeah. So you talk about investment, and so I'm like, okay, now you're getting there. You're getting there. So when you then said sometimes it can be immediate and sometimes it can be long. I say, correct. You have landed. You are. CJ, see, your people are hailing you like that's our coach. That's our coach. We're proud of him. Love it, love it, love it. I love the journey. I love how you explained it and how you landed with it. Again, it's just that important to know. And one of the things you said that anybody should leave here with is having the right focus when it comes to whatever network or whatever relationship you want to build. It's not about the number, especially when we talk about networking in the sense of networking. The echo is back again. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know if you guys can hear it or if it's just from our end. But if you can, let us know again. But okay, it's gone again. So I don't know why that happens once in a while, but please bear with us. But again, it's what I'm trying to say is with what CJ explained is that if you live here with nothing at all, know that having the right intention when you think about networking is very vital. Because if you look at it like Because, for example, when Gracie was speaking earlier on, she literally said the benefit, one of the benefits of her intentionally networking last year was that she was able to increase her income because of that. Somebody who jumped in during that conversation where she was saying that, now I heard that about network and run away, might run with only that version or that mindset that, this is what networking is about. So if it's not bringing money, please, I'm not, don't call me, don't call my name, I'm not interested. No, there are relationships that you keep that might not bring the money immediately. Do you get? But that network is invaluable. It's like being a friend to a king. The king might not necessarily give you any share of the kingdom or anything. But if you know that the king knows you and you know the king, the share concept alone, there's a confidence that it brings to you. Do you get what I mean? Versus if you are farming, like, I know the king, but the king does not know who you are. That is not yet, a network verge. But I also love one thing you said about the way that you and Grace connected, and how it's like you were not actively like following up, like, Grace, how are you? How is everything okay? Okay. Like, just what, so again, I love all the things you're mentioning, because for me, it's pointing out the different part and parcel that makes a network more effective. So, for example, when you said that, it came to me that, see, it could be passive follow up or active follow up, depending on the circumstance, or the circumstances that surrounds that connection. And I love what you said as well when you talked about you and Grace. You did not actively follow up, but you were passively following up. How? You were paying attention to what she was doing, and she was paying attention to what you were doing. And so, because of that, you were both top of mind to each other. So, it's also something that we should realize now, that there's such a thing as active follow up versus passive follow up. There are people who could potentially be your mentor. You don't want to be actively following them up. It's going to like make them want to push you away. Like, is it that you think I don't have time? I should be chatting and responding to your chat every day. You see, but you can passively follow up with them by paying attention to what they're doing. If they are posting comments, you don't need to go and slide in their DM. You don't need to send them WhatsApp message, even though you have their contact. But on their social media, you are, passively just, sending, liking, commenting when you can, sharing when you can. It's keeping you top of mind. And in that way, you are nurturing that relationship. Grace, I know something is like saying there's something here. You're writing like me, so please spill.
I mean, again and again, it's always good to learn backwards for everything you've achieved. Just put the dots backwards, and you see that it was one form of connection with someone. Trace it. I think that's the best way to put it, right? So I'm going to say that networking is like planting a seed. In fact, networking is planting a seed. And again, practical example. Okay, so I've used CJ. I've talked with me and CJ. Our example don't plenty. Let me switch to EJ. The funny thing is, the person that connected CJ and I, because someone created a platform, we connected. Me and the person were not as close as um EJ and I, the way we are close now. So there's everything. When something is giving you joy, yeah, you just be seeing points, because now it's making sense to me that some networking opportunities may just be for a season, a period, just a dash like you're to meet somebody, to be a connector. This connection is not necessarily for that person, not for you and that person to move on continuously, but for the next person that they would bring into your life. And that for me is profound. And another thing I would say is, always seize the moment, that opportunity. For me, I'm saying this because for for every opportunity and everything that I seize, the opportunities that I seize, they always come up with something. You can't just say that you will not be intentional about networking. Networking, and for me, everybody that knows me knows that if I'm on your case, I have seen something. They always tell me that Grace, that I have a gift, and that gift is something that if Grace has picked on you, that means there's something she has seen. I brag with it that I don't have nonsense people in my space. I'm sorry, I don't know, but I say it a lot. I don't have to be sorry because I'm very intentional. I used to say that if there's one nonsense person, for lack of a better word, if there's nobody that is a nonsense person, but if there's somebody that is not very productive, or if there's that person in my space, trust me, there's something about that person that is, they may say, are you being selfish? I said, no, this life is give and take. Before I even leverage or utilize the person, trust me, I would have given a lot. So every time I'm thinking of networking, I'm thinking of what can I do for this person? What can I give to this person? So that it will not be a case of because some people, what we're talking about networking now is to go and leech. Like, who be that person where I will look for now that I will grab and collect? No. Start with the mindset of what am I going to give to, because that's where I always start from. What am I going to give to this person? So that when we become connected, it will be mutually beneficial. So I am very intentional about, networking, and I know without a doubt in my heart, in my mind, that for every intentional networking move, I don't even know which one is right, but for every intentional network move, you would definitely reap or harvest something from it if you're very intentional about it, no matter how small. But for some people, I'll shut up after this one. If you want to network just because of what you want to grab from that person, you will be shocked. It might not be productive. It might not be productive. So with the mindset of how can I be of help to this person? I've seen this person. And let me use this example. When Chijioke opened his mouth, please, you people should be building. This is why we're saying what we're saying. We say this all the time, and we'll not be tired of saying it. When you open your mouth, what comes out of it? It's very important. Because for some people, you open your mouth and people be like, who is this one? How did I find myself for this seat with this person by your law?
Imbola to
But that
Jazzy
was not
right.
the case. Yes, it has happened before. I was at a function, and I sat down with someone, and everything this person was saying was like, God, can somebody come rescue me from here? We are talking like this. This person is talking like, I'm like, what is this about? Yeah, so for you to be intentional about networking, be very sure you are valuable. You're something yourself. Because if you're not valuable, you would only, when they say your network is your net worth, is also for shaba shaba, for the low class and for the high. So when you say your network yes, some people have that. Chijioke, sorry, this subject is so sweet, because when I remember what I have achieved, from intentional networking, is giving me joy. When Chijioke opened his mouth that day, when we were talking, and he opened his mouth, I'm like, this boy, this man, this dude is for keeps. This guy has something, and this guy is someone you should have in your space. So I'm very happy that I connected. We got connected, and I know that we've not even started. Money this year, energetic this year, enough. The networking skills will start yielding. You start making money plenty this year. Okay, let me shut up now.
I say this year, good news, money, plenty balling. Go to follow as they go. I don't tell them that say, eh? Wait, take it.
Wait,
You,
take it.
Be a person of value. Be a person of value. And when you hear that, I'm just going to segue a bit. So the echo is back. I'm just going to go backwards a bit to say that when you hear the word value, sometimes, like be a person of value, sometimes you being a person of value is you embracing your authentic self. Because the moment you try to be somebody else, there is no value will stick with you or stick to you, because it will be like you trying to put oil paint on a glossy surface. It will slip off. But when you want to come with your value and you come authentically, it sticks because that is who you are. You have worked on yourself, mind, spirit, soul, and body. You have elevated your awareness to know that when you are in a room, you can read the room. You know when to be quiet. You know when to speak. You know what to say. And you know how to say it because you can read the room. You know the presence of who you are with. There are places you will enter, no matter how much you know. If you know what's good for yourself, you better pretend like you are a dummy and just be quiet. And rather position yourself as a questionnaire, as a child. Have you seen a child before? Uncle, what's your name? CJ. What does CJ stand for? Chijoke. What's the meaning of Chijoke? See, that baby will keep asking you, and that baby will be memorable than the next guy that comes into the room all buffed up with perfume. Yeah, maybe the person will be memorable, but it will be a repelling kind of memory. Like, oh, that guy, I beg, I couldn't, just like you were saying that somebody will be saying hello, in your head, you'll be singing Smallville. Somebody save me. Because they are acting like what Yoruba people will say, Komodu Komora. Like you are can you please comport yourself? All of us have that thing in also. But it comes out only when we are in, with the people that we know is we. But when you're out, you know how to adjust. Again, so what am I saying? When you talk about the value, you don't necessarily, it's not about having position or bragging about, when you hear CJ's what's it called earlier on, CJ's profile, like only this small, but how old are you, gongon safe? Only you one, coach, therapist, medical, all these things. How did you do it? So then you're always looking for how you're going to introduce yourself to say, I do this, I do that. No, that's not the value. That's not the only value, let me say. The other value is you actually showing up as you, yourself, so that you can be memorable, so that when they meet you somewhere else, sometimes without you even saying anything, they know, even when they see your rear view, like, I've seen this person before, or I know this person, I can't remember where, but you're memorable. So please, when we're talking about value, remember, another thing Grace said that I want to elaborate on is when you talked about, your network is your network, is to say that when you're thinking about networking, most of us or most people, we think only upwards. And that's where we get it wrong. It is a 4 cardinal point, guys. It is vertical and horizontal. Wait, which one? I always forget that. I'm not telling anybody. Shh, don't tell anybody. It is like this and like this. I don't know vertical or horizontal. Right? You look up to somebody who is ahead of you, trying to connect with them so you can learn from them, but also serve. You look to somebody who you are a step or a few steps ahead of, so you can pour into them and you can learn from them as well. Then you look to your level. On your level, you're looking at people that you're on the same level with or people you can collaborate with. So when you think networking, don't always just say, okay, this person has 1 million followers. Let me go. See, that your friend that has 50 right now, you don't know in the next 3 months if that person is going to blow up. So if you dish them now because they are here now and you're only looking at this place, by the time those people there diss you, By the time you come back, this person might have gone up. So you now start all over again. But when you grow with the people and then you're also bringing people, see, it's more like you are padding yourself. So whether life gives you uppercut to the left, there will be people to wage you. But a war or day she no for no fit for we there for you. Or you are climbing up and you slipped and you roll down, there will be people to put trampoline, like give you soft landing. So please, when you're thinking networking, don't always just think of who is bigger than me that I want to leech, like you said, leech onto or gum or sock. Look up, down, right, left. That is the balance. That is when you say your network. You see, when you are able to say, I need a mechanic, and you know somebody that is a mechanic, like vulcanizer, you know. But when they also say, I would like to connect to the CEO of this company, you still know somebody. Even if you don't know the CEO directly, you know somebody that can say, CEO, let me see what I can do. That's the real deal, you know? That's the real deal. And that thing is sweet. It makes you a resourceful person. Yes, Grace.
Yeah, so I'm reading a book right now, and I want to throw the question out there. And it was when you were talking about I've argued a lot. Not we've not argued, but we've talked about it. My gisting partner. There's something we always say when it comes to um. So let me give you an example. Then I'll ask you the question. Somebody said that you have to move away from certain group of people. You have to move away from certain group of people. I mean, move away. When you are saying something about you don't look down. So that thing, I'm struggling really, because for me, I hear it a lot because it don't become something now. Person no go fee follow and talk. Person no go fee. And then I was reading this book and I read something where the person said energy is contagious, and if you're not careful, you will be dragged down. So when you were talking about, getting back, now it's one thing to give your give back to people, but it's also something you have to be very careful about, not so. If Let me ask CJ what you think about that, where people talk about, because this person is this now, the person has removed themselves from their people, the people that they grew up with. And then again, you hear people say things like, never leave the people that you grew up with, never leave, not grew up people that that started life with you. You understand what I mean, the question. So what do you think is ideal, or from your own point of view, from your own perspective, what do you think about this question? I think it's very important because it's part of networking, so that we would understand what we're saying holistically.
Okay, I love this question so much. I love the question is doing me somehow. Okay, so this is it. When it comes to networking, there are some things that you have to understand when you are dealing with people. So now, if in fact when she was talking, I already wrote something down. I already wrote something down that I'm going to, throw some light on it. And that is the cancel culture that a lot of people are perpetrating and supporting. You see it all over social media. Now we have to be emotionally intelligent to understand how to place differences on certain teachings, to understand how to sieve information and know what we are picking. I've been to events. In fact, I've been to some events that I paid for, and here's the speaker, the trainer, not just one, not two. They are coming to tell you, bring out your phone and scroll through your contact list. Can this person help you raise 1 million naira? If they cannot help you, delete their number. You want to pay for a training that is 50,000. You look at your contact list? How many people there can help you? If they can't help you, delete their number. I'm like, to me, it's actually a bit stupid. It's unnecessary because it stems from a point of pride and underestimating capacities that are in people. You're already looking down on them and summarizing them to nothingness, that this person tomorrow, in the next 2-3 days, in the next 3 years, cannot amount to something that would be of help to me. Now where comes the position of you as a helper. So it's still selfishness. Where comes you trying to give value? Now, on the other side, energy truly is contagious. I don't disagree with that. But this is what I do. First of all, there's something about natural selection. You know, life comes with natural selection at different journeys of your life, different stages. Now, you get to a point where you decide to be serious without even saying anything. Some people will leave your life. They will just run away. It happened to me. In fact, when you are even trying to pull up, they will not want you to pull up. They don't want to drag you down, but just carry your wahala and go. This guy, you are too serious with your life. Get out. You know. So it happened to me in school that it came to a point I was willing to. I was burning with so much passion. That was in my undergraduate years. By my 300 level, I'd already started coaching and studying a lot online and stuff like that. My eyes began to open. I saw one thing about the system, that the university system was raising people who were unprepared for the outside world. That people are running into very, very, very terrible danger, darkness looming ahead of them. And I knew that there was something I had encountered. There was a form of light I had encountered at that point that would help people stop that danger that is about to happen. I was willing to organize training programs to help some of my classmates, some things people outside paid me for. I was willing to organize training for them for free. I was willing to gather them for free. The first time I called for such meeting, nobody attended, nobody came. So at that point, at least there's a point you get to, you tell yourself, I've tried. At least I know say I don't try, you know. But if it is for some people naturally falling off, they will fall off. And you are not a fool, you're an intelligent being. So you will be able to tell when somebody is in your life to drag you to the mud. You'll be able to discern too when somebody is needing help and clarity. Even from the way they communicate, you will know. Now, when somebody comes to me and is like, I've had people, my classmates, my friends, and they're like, CJ, all these things that you are doing, they are wonderful. Oh, please carry me along. I find it very sensitive. I have some of my good friends, some of them are doing well in their fields, medical doctors, nurses, and they're like, CJ, I want to step up my game. I want to do something different. I want to, escape this 9 to 5 mentality. Can you help me? That is something I consider worthy. It breaks my heart. I mean, it comes to me deeply. I won't say, oh, because I have how many thousand followers on LinkedIn or so and so. No, this one is I'll cancel. No, it doesn't make sense. I'm willing to help such categories of people. There are people who, at the point of their lives that they met me, there was basically nothing to write home about. I mean, they were frustrated. I told you the stories, some of the stories. Frustrated, depressed, nothing. They couldn't even pay to join my coaching program. Some of them I had to add them for free. I was like, don't worry, in future you are going to make the money, but just don't worry. Now there are those people. Then there are now people that you will be able to discern from their attitude, from their behavior, from their words. Somebody will come to me and is like, Oga, they rest, they tire every time. Zukwanike block. you know every time you're just talking. This one,
Nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
some people will be like, you have not even married. You are calling yourself a life coach, single man. You are advising people. This one you are doing. I already know where you are coming from. You have naturally chosen where to be. I employ you in my block industry, sharp. There are some that I'll just archive their energies because I don't want to be seeing your message. I don't want to be seeing your picture. I don't want to see anything. Don't even comment on my post. I'll just carry them, archive them somewhere. WhatsApp has archive feature. I'll archive. Some people, whenever they see my status, whenever I post something, they'll just post nonsense. They have a creative way of generating nonsense that they're going to post. I know those people. I put them where they belong. There are people who I don't allow them to see my status for the sake of that energy. Just be there. Just be there. I didn't even block them. Stay somewhere, but be far from me. The first time I went to NTA to speak, I did a training on first aid. When I posted it online, some people ran as fast as their legs could carry them. Some people almost broke their legs while they were running to the comment section. Do you know what they came for? Do people even watch NTA? Do people even watch NTA? You are doing NTA, this thing. Is when you get to channels or AIT. I'm like,
Bad
okay.
mouth. Bad mouth. People are bad. Early.
So those people are going to come with evidence. That's what I'm going to round up with. People are going to come showing you, and some people are not intelligent enough. I was reading something in scripture today about King Herod trying to malinger and pretend as if he wants to see the king too. Meanwhile, he's actually looking to kill the king. I mean, that's King Jesus. Now, some people are not as smart as Herod. Some there are some people that they will come close to you. You will not know. They will come close to you, singing praises, saying they want to come and worship. But by the time they penetrate deep inside, they will now start dragging you down. Those are the ones who will pretend like they are friends or partners, and then they will find every way to pull you down online. When the time comes, they will say all manner of dark things about you. Now, but there are some people, majority of people are not that smart. I can assure you that majority of people who want to pull you down, they're not that smart. They will come with their full chest. Grace, now wow, you every time this thing you are doing, sir. Forget this thing. No, there's no money in coaching. There's no money in this thing you are doing. Get a real job, get a real business. Forget all this. They will come, they will show themselves, and those are the ones that you already know what to do to them. So I hope that helps.
You're so loaded.
Block
Wow.
Thank you.
industry. I just heard that one now. Real block industry. Interesting.
Love it.
Thank
Love
you.
it. Love it. Thank you so much. And you're so loaded. Thank you, Coach Grace, for connecting us. Now we are connected. So the next bus stop is Stretch Street Podcast. I want to know what makes you think. I want to know your story. I want to hear your story from the challenge angle. So I'm going to reach out to you to be a guest on the podcast. So yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
But as we were talking, please let's meet our mics. There are things I want to point out as we round up this session. You talked about when you were answering Grace's question about okay, I think the network is okay. Yeah, fine. When you were asking Grace's question about how to balance that, not leaving people that you grew up with behind, and actually doing your own beat and moving on. And I love all the analogies you gave. You just answered it spot on. But some of the things that I wanted to point out from what you were saying is, first of all, that self-awareness is important. So it's when you are self-aware, you'll be able to spot all those people around you. Because if you are not aware of what's going on, that's how they will enter you. They will finish you from inside out, right? But it's like when you were talking as well, this another scripture that just dropped right now is, when you do all to stand, stand. And when you've done all to stand, and there's somebody still found their way in to penetrate, to pull you down, is because there's something you need to learn. So look at it that life is trying to teach you a lesson. Like there is something that you need for your next level that you don't have yet. And that experience is what will teach you, is what will make it stick. So when you do all, when you are self-aware, when you understand the toxicity of people, and you're able to know how to segregate people and put them in their place, setting those healthy boundaries, like you said, you are coming and do with your chest, I block you off because I don't have time for that, right? But at this same you that blocked somebody is still the same you that is saying, I know you don't have the money now, but I know you have the capacity. I can see the potential that you carry. Come for free, because I know in the next 3 months, this conversation we're having now, you'll be the one begging me, Coach Chijoke, what you did for me, I cannot tell it all. Come and collect tithes and offering, right? Again, so when you do all of this, when you increase your awareness, when you can spot toxicity and know how to set healthy boundaries to keep them at bay, when you've done all of those things and people still find their way to pull you down, just take it that this is a necessary lesson that you need to learn for your next level. Another thing I want to say is, sometimes again, this thing is also personal preference. The people you want to allow, you again, like you said earlier on, Grace, energy, you can feel people's vibe. So when you don't vibe with them, no matter the bad mouth, you be like, you are not you are not even like in the scheme of things, you are not even there. So you are not even
Who
under
you? Who
consideration.
you? Who you? Who be you? Who where were you? Where
Were
from?
you there? Were me there? This has been such a fantastic conversation. I feel like we can do this over again. And I'm sure that there are other topics that you can speak to. Chijoke, you are such a powerhouse, and it's a pleasure connecting with you. Please be our guest again. We are happy to have you all always, because you're such a great conversationalist. And Coach Grace, thank you for the connection again, and thank you everyone who showed up for Coach
One
CJ. I
showed
can
up
see you have
for
an
Coach
army.
CJ. I can see you
So,
have.
and that's lovely. I see you, Rita. I see you. Odewoma is our Odewoma is all rounder. Well, Odewoma is for us. Like, she's just a darling. Okay. She's going to be connecting with Coach Grace in a bit this period, and I love it. Please, when both of you see each other, ensure you take a picture and send to me. Coach Grace and Odewoma. Um, who else joined us today? I know that some people might have joined from LinkedIn, but sometimes I don't see the comment until the whole broadcast is gone. So check there. But again, if I don't see your comment or I didn't mention your name, it's because I didn't see your comment. But for those of us on YouTube, I see you, Kemi Shola, Precious Igwe. I see you on LinkedIn, Meshak Ashaka. I see you. Thank you, Ella Obans. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We do this every Monday. And as you can see already, we have literally set ourselves up, right? We set ourselves up to tell you that, see, come rain, come sun, unless maybe they are giving us billions somewhere, we can then this you pay. Well, you see, this billion is important, don't worry. Consistency is key, but billion is better.
Our consistency has fetched us billions. So let the
Okay.
people go and collect the billions now. Let the billions.
Yes, so
That is the only reason why we would not show up, right? So we're here Mondays, 1 1 1 p.m. West African time, 4 p.m. GST, and that would be 12 noon GMT. So depending on where you're connecting from or what part of the world. For EST, I don't know. That one is always like, maybe there'll be a probably okay
Five
morning.
hours, 6 hours behind.
For you guys, it's 9 hours
No,
for
for
us. So again,
EST.
for
Okay, for
EST,
you
yeah,
guys.
so it's 9 hours behind for us. So again, whatever time zone you belong to, you can be our guest every Monday. We'll bring this kind of conversation. Again, it is called Your Voice, Your Impact, because what we're doing here is we're impacting you with our voices, and we're just telling you that you can do the same. Like, you have a message. And honestly, if you also have a particular message you want to share on this platform, don't be afraid. We don't bite. Slide into our DMs. You can reach out to me, you can reach out to Coach Grace and say, you know what? I want to use my voice. I know that the Lord gets me with a voice. I want to speak. Don't worry. We'll help you bring the voice out. Just reach out to us and tell us your topic, your area, and we'll make that happen for you. See, CJ already is cooked. So you just mix up with our own right now. The meal we just served you right now. Let us know how sweet or delicious it is for a first meal in 2024. Please say your final words as we say goodbye on the show today.
All right. So remember
okay.
what coaches. All right. So remember what coaches. Yeah, I said it. Sorry. Let me quickly.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Let me quick. Okay. So
No, let
um.
CJ go, because I know you're going to leave something practical. So let CJ go and then you round up,
Okay.
Grace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. My final words. They're not plenty. They're not. It's not plenty. But the first thing I'm going to say is, I mean, if you are here, just subscribe to the channel first, because this is a ton of value. This is. Before I came here, I was going through the content and I was checking. I was like, wow, this is good. I mean, this is really good to find a platform that is dedicated to something like this. It's worth applauding, and you don't want to miss it. So for me, whenever I see, it's also part of networking, one way or the other. It's part of networking, personal development, and the rest of it. Whenever I see opportunities like this, I don't joke with it. If it's on Instagram, I'll just go. There's one small three dots on top of Instagram that if I go and click, I'll now see show all. show all videos, all live videos. And if the person has sense that I know this is somebody that has sense that I want to follow, I will learn so much from. I'll just go there and follow and turn on all of them. The last one I'll turn on, show all live sessions or something. I'll on everything because I want to be seeing. I want to see their journey. I want to see their progress. I want to see their stories. I want to see the value that's coming out from there. So if you are here, do well to just hit the subscribe button, and don't forget, don't forget, you are just one person away from your next biggest opportunity. And every man has a need, may not necessarily be one. Nobody has just one problem. This is another secret that will help you with networking. Every man has a need or needs, and every man's great need is his great point of contact. So you may be underestimating your own abilities and it's stopping you from connecting with big people. Don't forget that those big people even have small problems that are very big to them. It may be as little as they post on social media and nobody likes it. If you are that one person that just goes to like it means the whole world to them. That person might be a billionaire, but at that point, that's his headache, that's his source of pain. So find opportunities to fill those gaps in people, fill those lacunas, and abi lacune, anyone, fill something in somebody, and then they'll really, really appreciate you and they'll want to stick close. That's one of the best ways to activate that law of reciprocity and get things coming back to you. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure doing this with you, energetic EJ and Grace. So amazing. I am very, very, very grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Your
Okay.
social media handle so that
Okay, you can connect with me. Just find me on Chijoke Otiba. Just type Chijoke Otiba on any platform or type it on Google. It's going to bring out a lot of things. So you can follow me on Instagram, Coach Chijoke Otiba on Instagram, just like this, no space, all small letters. Then Facebook, Chijoke Otiba on Facebook. You see me I'm wearing one scrub that the road physiotherapist, and just like this there. Then uh, Twitter is my Twitter. Please don't connect with me on Twitter. I don't understand Twitter. It's been 8 years. I don't understand jack about Twitter. If you go there, I don't even know how to repost. I don't know which one is. So many
Okay, no
things.
worries. We will connect. We will bring you up on Twitter. No problem.
Oh, interesting. Thank you. So LinkedIn, Chijokotiba on LinkedIn. I used to be big on LinkedIn, but now I'm trying to get back up. Yeah, and I'll definitely be back up. So thank you very much. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure doing this with you. And to all my listeners, all the people who joined in from the inner circle, from the different groups, you're welcome. You're welcome. I saw Ella here. Ella is my good friend. She has been a very, very good and close friend to me, and she's actually doing amazing things. So thank you for joining. Thank you so, so, so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
thank you so much for joining. Thank you for accepting to be a part of our conversation. Thank you so much.
You're
Um,
welcome.
before I give the practical thing, I would say that remember we're coaches and we offer services. We have our services that we offer.
Yeah,
And I
Chijike,
said it
please be
last
on
year.
mute.
Okay, so I said it last year that this year I would be very intentional about telling you that I offer this service and I want you to partake in what I offer. So, number one, if you are in a place where we are all in this we all fall in this category whether we like it or not. We will start something, get to a point, and we'll just lose the mojo and we'll lose the energy to continue. I'm that person that you need to help you stay consistent. I'm going to build you a system that you would even be achieving the goal while you're still having fun doing that thing. No point, no place where you would stop. So this is me telling you, if you're in, especially in this new year, if you've been doing something and you've not been able to achieve it, and you need somebody to kick your, you know what, I'm your girl. So this is me putting it out there. All right. One practical thing that you should do this week, very simple. Go to a place that you ordinarily may not be able to afford. Stay with me, stay with me. But you really really would want to be flying in that space. You cannot afford it, but you know, and I mean a place, a particular, there are some people that would even tell you that, I cannot go to Transcorp or anywhere because, no, not be my type, then they look for there. So this is me telling you now that go to that place that you've thought about in your mind, in your head. Go there this week and be intentional about meeting somebody. Tell them what you do. Tell that person what you do this year. No jokes, and no, you'll not be humble about the things that you do. Enough is it. Even God will be angry with you, and I mean it. This is my serious space. Don't be humble about what you do. People need to know, because if you're a problem solver and you're hiding that thing that you can do, it's a sin. All the things that we're calling sin, those things are not. The real sin is you have a service and you're being very modest about it. So that's the thing I'm going to say. Have a wonderful New Year celebration. Enjoy yourself. Have loads of fun. Signing
Okay,
out
let me just
from my
let me
end.
just square it out. It's not being modest about, it's being quiet about it. Because when you're being modest, it's like I'm very good though. I'm very, very good, but let me not, but
Uh-huh.
just try out my service.
Uh-huh.
But when you're mute, that's where the problem is. So please be on, don't be mute. Speak out. Let's speak out. You can't be tired of me. This year,
I think you have a
this
calling
year,
in comedy too.
Adio,
Yes, 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 yes.
MC,
Hundred percent.
she's also an MC.
No wonder, no wonder.
uh, thank you
Uh-huh.
so much. Honestly, I've had a great time. I can't believe, like, I wouldn't even lie, I didn't imagine that this conversation would be so interesting. So I'm grateful for the push and for the opportunity to be here today. God bless you all, guys. We'll see you next Monday with another very interesting conversation. Again, if you want to be a part of this, don't be afraid. Speak out. We are here to support you, to help you speak or share your message. God bless you. This is the energetic EJ signing out.